are now listening to the Rough and Tumble Podcast.
The guitar part's still one of my favorite things to listen to.
Mine too. So I'm committing us right now to we will not be doing any more episodes that are numbered. We're not going to do episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, because this is episode 24 right now.
Yes.
But I'm going to commit us to from now on we're either going to have a guest or a topic.
Okay.
And today's topic is the deadliest man alive. That is no longer alive. That was alive.
Dude, he died at 36. I was reading about that.
I know.
I'm 36.
It was like shockingly
I know.
quick after everything went down. We're talking about Count Raphael Dante.
Juan Dante.
And
or
the Chicago Dojo Wars.
Yeah, so I expected a lot more out of the Dojo Wars, honestly. When I started looking into the topic and stuff, I expected there to be like more firebombs and less. I honestly thought I was gonna see like some serious, like some Gracie stuff, you know, like the old Gracie
like they
Dojo storms, you know.
Yeah. They had some
Dojo storms. Yeah. I saw them.
Well, they just weren't nearly as effective.
Not only that, my favorite part was, and we'll get to it here later in the episode, but they just pretended to be cops and they walked in and like, you're all under arrest, and then start beating their asses. Like that's
not even just like cops. So
and then I heard of another one where they just got on each other's shoulders with trench coats and then tried to get into movies.
Yeah. So Count Juan Raphael Dante. We got to give a shout out to Stephanie because she are one of our biggest assets now is she's doing research. She printed us off all these notes, and they're beautiful. I love them. We can keep up with what we're doing. We can look at his face, his silly, stupid face with those eyes.
So you think he was?
Ooh, they penetrate, dude.
Here's the thing about looking at this picture.
Just look at him for a little while.
He looks an awful lot like he has the same facial hair as I think it was either NSYNC or.
No. I'll give you a minute because I know.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know what it is, but go ahead. Keep trying to guess.
Because I thought it was from one of the boy bands.
I want to see if you get where I've been getting. You're thinking of boy band. You got a microphone. You can say it. If it's a boy band, I'm not thinking of boy band. You already know.
I'm thinking of a boy band.
Is it
It's also the same. It's also the same facial hair as that Andy Samberg had in with Justin Timberlake in with Dick in a Box.
He kind of did. So here, remember Don't Mess with the Zohan with Adam Sandler?
Yeah.
You remember?
Did he have the same facial hair?
Yeah.
Did he really?
And he would kick ass and everything.
He did.
Here's the best part about this whole story is this guy was a hairdresser.
I know. I saw that.
This guy was that was like he like
you want. I wonder if. That's a very strong relation between these two stories.
It really could be. It could be like a maybe he heard the story and was like, it's too goofy. We got to come up with that.
He also went in a much different direction.
Yeah. Maybe he couldn't get the rights to the whole story.
Yeah, no, because I can only imagine what
inspired by. I'll bet you. I guess they couldn't. Of that.
I guess you couldn't afford the $250 that it would have taken to pay off his estate to do a movie about him.
Yeah, but I bet you if you like. I don't remember what I was gonna say about it.
I can't tell.
Whatever.
His hair looks like it's like froish, but he was Italian.
I don't really see any good pictures. So he was he was Irish.
Yeah, no, he was Italian.
What?
Yeah, that's why he changed his name to
Juan
Raphael Dante.
No,
I'm telling you.
No, that's what he claimed that it was. You're the problem, man.
Oh, it does say right here. Dude, I was reading
Fake news Mitch over here.
I see where you're getting at. I know his family was an Irish American family.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I got you.
He changed his name to Count Juan Rafael Dante. To try to fuck if I know. He claimed that he was from
Italy.
Spain.
Spain, that's what it was. Spain, yeah.
I don't know what does he. Oh, and that his family changed their name when they moved over here.
Yeah, see, I knew I wasn't wrong.
He wanted to take his rightful heir as the count. That's my dryer. Everybody calm down. He wanted to take his rightful heir.
I thought I was vibrating.
Yeah. Oh, there's those the ads that I was talking about.
Yeah, out of the comic book. So let's kind of give some background on this guy, right? So he was born and raised in Chicago, to a family of Irish immigrants, apparently, who were apparently from Spain. And he did grow up doing some martial arts, though. He grew up boxing
and doing karate.
Yeah, and doing karate. He was in the army. He's in the Marines for a little bit.
Oh yeah. Oh, it is.
What?
Yeah, somebody's already done it. You're right. Yeah, look right there. The Zohan and then Dante. Shit. Somebody's already compared on Tumblr.
Oh hell yeah! Look.
Can we go to their Tumblr? Is Tumblr still a thing?
Are we just gonna see a bunch of wieners if we go to Tumblr?
I remember there's a lot of girls that I know that would put their nudes on Tumblr.
Oh, I know. That's why I was asking the question. My tattoo artist was the one that was like, he was the one that told me, he's like, bro, you got to get on Tumblr.
Oh yeah, dude. I don't know what happened with Tumblr where girls were like, well, I should be naked on this site.
This is a good place to express my nakedness. Well, we're not signing up for Tumblr.
I guess girls can do that on Pornhub, but
they don't.
But it's like a little bit more drastic.
I think
none that I know.
I think there's more of a process to do it on Pornhub.
I went to school with a girl that is now a sex worker.
I went to school with a girl who did softcore porn. Yeah. She was our valedictorian too. Not even making that up.
Dude, that's like the most exciting thing that I can possibly think of is, dude, if somebody told you, hey, dude, I found a porno of Johnny, like full porno, production value, everything, you'd be like, yup, dude, fucking pull it up.
Yeah, let's watch it.
Like you have to watch it.
Of course I'm going to watch it.
I'd watch anybody I know. Absolutely. As outside of my family members.
And even then, it just depends on who the family is.
1970s production quality, like actual porno, I might. Feels like it's a sex tape. They're like, no, fuck off.
Yeah. I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch my.
What are you doing, Dad?
My
What's up with
shaky
that mustache?
camera hand.
Yeah. But yeah, I would. Any one of my friends, I would absolutely watch their production quality.
You know what's funny about homemade porns back in those days? We were talking about it. It was always like, I guess VHS tapes were so expensive that you always had to accidentally record over a family vacation to make your sex tape.
Oh yeah, well they were. I think they were like more like batteries. Like I took the batteries out of one of the
to put it into something else.
Another one, they're like, oh, go grab a VHS tape.
Because it was always like right in the middle of like your brother's 5th birthday and everybody's watching it. As soon as he goes to blow the cake out, all of a sudden it's your mom just getting railed in the ass. Well, not like the metaphorical mom.
The metaphorical mom. So, homeboy charged $20 a month,
and
but you know what? He was
which was still considered expensive back then.
And this was 1960s, 1970s karate. He was the head of what was it? The World Karate Association?
Yeah, the United States Karate Association.
Yeah. What the? Oh.
So he was the Midwest director for the United States Karate Association up until 1962. And then after that, he left the organization, and then new World Karate Federation was formed, but it was not associated with this guy.
So it sounds like, though, if he's running a karate gym,
he was running 2.
He had the credentials in that world. Yeah, go for it. He had the credentials in that world to charge a little bit more than everybody else.
Stephanie, how much would $20 be?
Oh yeah, look that up.
Look up how much $20 would be in 1960.
Dude, imagine if that's what gyms cost now. I mean, dude, a jiu-jitsu gym is pricey. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I can't afford to train jiu-jitsu.
From what I understand, I think I'm the cheapest in town.
I would not doubt it.
And like, I'm like,
in Conway or like in the area? You're probably one of the cheaper in the area too.
And I still think like, damn, dude, people pay me like that much money to do this. But yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, so that's what it was. So because he ran 2 dojos, so around that time, 1964, there were 13 dojos, and he ran 2 of them. So that's even bigger if you think about it.
13 in the world?
No, 13 in the city of Chicago.
That's not that many.
I know. That's what I'm saying. And he ran 2 of them. So $20 in 1960. We're still waiting. But imagine that. So it's 1960. You run an academy. I ran an academy.
Oh, it's $173.
Is that what it says?
Yes. $173.
Yeah. So see, that's about right.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
So about $170 is what he was charging a month.
Okay, but again, dude, how much do you think Marcelo Garcia is charging? You know?
Oh, Marcelo's charging $250 to $300.
Enzo Gracie, they're charging a lot of money. He's in Chicago. Mm-hmm. He's the head of the World United States Karate Association.
He was also a snappy dresser.
He looks fucking dope, dude. He was
super dope.
He looks like the flame job on the side of a car. You know what I'm saying?
He's just a walking flame job.
Yeah. Dude, he's just staring into my soul. I can't stop looking at his
I think his eyes are blue because even it's a black and white photo, his eyes look
Dante, you stop that. He was in the Spanish Civil War. I'm just kidding.
I heard
I'm just going to read off words that I see.
And then put sentences together.
He's a comic book artist. Founder of the Black Dragon Fighting Society. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. No, so $175, I don't think that is that much.
Well, I think it's a lot.
But then if you think about $175 now, if you're living in Chicago, that wouldn't be that much.
Yeah, no, but now.
But that's the thing. Like now, it would be if you went to the gym in Chicago.
But the cost of living in Chicago has gone up since then.
Right. So I would imagine it would be higher than it is in the rest of the country.
Yeah, I guess if you. I see what you're saying. You're saying that considering it was Chicago, $175 is a lot here in Arkansas. $175 in a city like Chicago, Los Angeles, New York. I see what you're saying.
Apparently one of the experts of his craft at the time.
And that's the thing, man, is this dude was legit. Like it wasn't.
It didn't sound like he really needed to boast or go on about this.
No, and what I thought was interesting is there's a lot of parallels between this guy and what the Gracies were doing. Now, obviously the Gracies were doing it in the 30s and 40s, not in the 60s, as far as like in Brazil. When they came to America, it was different. But if you read through, he starts talking about how he basically got pissed off because he felt that he didn't like the way the direction of martial arts were going. He said it was too flashy, too whatever. He wanted to be more street self-defense
techniques.
Yeah, so that's what he was saying. So basically, he said he felt the effectiveness of being began developing his own style. So the traditional karate stuff was getting too much woo-woo.
What cracks me the fuck up about this is the deadliest man alive. Mm-hmm. Deadliest man alive.
Deadliest man alive.
He's learning street effective techniques.
He's creating them.
His tactic is take out another dojo with dynamite. They taped dynamite to the building.
They did.
Like, what?
Well, the name of it. So he created the street effectiveness style and called it Dante. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong.
Name.
I know, it's just his name.
Fuck, dude?
I just realized that.
Just try a little bit.
Oh my god, I just realized that.
What if I had a style? It was John E.
John hyphen E.
No, it's JON hyphen NI. John Nee.
Oh, that's like Young Z. Remember, you guys thought it was a rapper, but he was actually a Taekwondo guy.
Yeah.
I just realized that was his name. I didn't even pick up
stupid.
On it. Oh,
which apparently, I read in one article that they thought that he got his name from somebody at the Count of Monte Cristo, like a character.
Yeah.
In this stuff that we were reading through here,
Count Dante's.
He lived on like Dante Street, or his dojo was on Dante Street. Like,
No, his dojo wasn't on Dante Street.
No,
I'm telling you.
It was a school.
It was on Rush.
you can move that.
Okay.
Yeah, you
It
got
was-
control, girl.
There was a school down the road that was on Dante Street. It was
Oh,
okay.
Mount
Carmel is where he
Mount
went to high
Carmel.
school. That's where he went to school.
Okay, well that was on Dante Street.
Mm.
That's where they
Oh,
came
okay,
got
so
his
it's high
name.
school. What a loser!
If
This
you
guy's
guys
a
would
loser.
read what I
You did print out a whole book though. Like,
It's true. We're going through
I
it.
did read that book. By
Did
the way.
you?
Yes.
Good
I
job.
watched videos.
I was just.
I'm practically an expert.
I was just reading it while I was
I watched
driving.
eyewitness testimony.
But yeah, so he did call it Dan-T system, which supposedly meant dance of death, or sometimes called the Kata Dante.
or also the street that I went to high school on.
Also,
and I
got that.
daydreamed this up in math class.
Yeah.
What if I made up a style called Dante?
Oh.
So stupid, dude. Oh my god.
But so he eventually wanted to get that system out there, just like the Gracies did, right? You got to go out there. It's all about advertising, right? So the Gracies did dojo storms. They created the Gracie in action videos. I mean, they went high production. This guy, a little bit less.
Comic books.
Comic books, baby.
That's not a bad idea.
Not
though.
a bad idea. You
Dude,
know why?
If I were gonna build a cult, I think comic books would be, especially in the 60s and 70s.
Yes, around that time, I could agree.
Comic books would be the way to do it.
Yeah, because now comic books would be a terrible idea.
It wouldn't be so bad, dude. Still, like, but back then it would be either you'd get young impressionable minds
Mm-hmm.
or you'd get adult impressionable minds. Like,
Either way, great
didn't
for a
really-
cult.
yeah, you didn't really. Now you have more everyday readers for sure.
No,
Yeah.
I agree. And
They also, I haven't seen an ad in a comic book in so long.
I
Like an
haven't even
actual-
read a comic book in so long.
Oh, I have a
Maybe
collection of them.
I have a giant collection as well, but I thought you meant modern comic books.
Yeah, no, I've gotten.
Oh, really?
some-
I haven't bought a comic in 4 years.
There's some good comics that have been coming out. There's like well, you've heard of Image Comics.
Mhm.
They have they come out with great stuff all the time. They have one where it's called Airboy. where-
Airboy?
Yeah, there was a character from like the 1950s.
Mhm.
It was like super wholesome. It's like 40s or 50s. It's like super, super wholesome. And his whole thing was like taking out the Nazis or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, the copyright was expired on it. So these two
Oh, so they
artists,
just took it?
they just took it and did whatever they wanted with it. And so they're like, basically it was their excuse to draw like a bunch of penises all over the place and like make it super like out there, and then they go and like dress up like Nazis and all of them. It's stupid. But anyways, there's some good comic books still coming out.
I'm still on my journey to own every copy or every appearance of Wolverine. That was my biggest thing.
Are you close?
Not even close. Well, because there's like when I first started, there were only a couple of like, you had 3 series of Wolverine. So there was like, I call them Wolverine 1, 2, and 3. I'm sure that comic book nerds out there would call it something different, but from this time to this time, it was, and you could always tell based on the way that Wolverine was drawn at the top of the comic book, which signified which genre or what year it fell into, because the first appearance of Wolverine was in a Hulk 88, Hulk 183.
So interesting.
Shut up.
Can you hand me that paper right there?
This one?
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, I think like
I got to
I'm willing to bet. Oh, dude.
What?
I wish that I would have thought. I wish that we should start planning all this like weeks in advance. I'll bet you my dad has comic books.
Oh, it might have
guy's
that in it? Oh,
advertisements are
shit.
in it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that'd be so cool. If we had, I might have a comic book
I doubt it.
with it. I doubt it too. But we had pictures up earlier. This goofball. Here's his ad though.
Hulk 180. I think.
You ready for this?
I'm listening.
Here's the ad. Yes, this is the deadliest and most terrifying fighting art known to man. And without equal, its maiming, mutilating, disfiguring, paralyzing, and crippling techniques are known by only a few people in the world. An expert in DIM MAK could easily kill many Judo, Karate, Kung Fu, Aikido, and Gung Fu experts at one time with only fingertip pressure using his murderous poison hand weapons. Instructing you step by step through each move in this manual is none other than Count Dante, the deadliest man who ever lived. The Crown Prince of Death? What?
I didn't know he put the Crown Prince of Death.
I don't think he's even the... There was like a... Oh, wait. Is that just like a hyphen? Is it just understood that he's the Crown Prince of Death?
Maybe that's...
It's like in parentheses.
Who the fuck knows?
Why? Who gave him...
He had his own comic?
Comic book?
Count Dante has his own comic book.
Dude, I kind of want to make him sound like he's an idiot, but he's starting to turn out to be kind of cool to me.
I'm actually going to get this tattooed on my back, actually. His picture on my back.
I want to be a little bit more like Count Dante. I want to be on the cover of a comic book like that.
Yeah.
Count Johnny.
Count Johnny. Count it.
That'd be pretty sweet, dude.
So what was funny is where he says that you can easily kill anybody in judo, basically. Well, he owned those two. It's in this one. He owned those two martial arts gyms. One of which was a judo club.
He said he was one of the only places. In town that took non-black students too.
Yeah, that was
non-white students. Non-white students. Non-black students.
Almost
white only is what he said on the door. No, sorry.
Yeah, he owned Chicago judo and karate.
He took non-white students.
They called him he basically became Steve McQueen, right? So yeah, it was an impressive deal back in the 60s that he was taking African American students.
What if it? Okay.
Way to go, Johnny.
Yeah, I screwed.
Way to go.
Anyways, some of the things that I think that's pretty interesting. The other one is that his favorite technique was the groin slap.
Yeah,
the grab and tear off. But you know what? Again,
goes back to an old fighting style we talked about. Baby. I'm just saying the rough and tumble. Dude, that is a rough and tumble technique.
I think he might be our new mascot. He's one of the homies. You know,
we need to get a picture and put him up in the studio.
We should do that as we go through these people and these different arts. We should start
make a wall of fame
artwork. I'm gonna do a portrait of Count Dante and put him up as the Hall of Fame of rough and tumble homies.
Boom.
Yep. Count Dante, dude. I feel you, but he named it Monkey Stealing a Peach.
Monkey stealing a peach. We've all been there. Who hasn't had a monkey steal a peach from him once?
I've kicked a couple peaches.
I've never kicked a monkey.
I mean, when I was a kid,
I wish.
Who's the monkey and what's the peach?
That's a great question.
Why? I would kick a monkey if it's stealing my peach.
I'm not a big fan of peaches. I'd probably be like, that's all right. You can have it, buddy.
But no, I don't think that you get the joke, the innuendo there.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Is it because is it your peach?
It's a penis joke. It's funny because it's a penis joke. Just grabbing your peach, not like your.
I don't think that's what he meant by that.
Surely he's more wholesome than that.
I think he meant an act. I think he's mimicking the fact that a monkey would grab a peach in this manner. It's a very wholesome technique.
Oh, like you think the movement? Maybe the movement. Yeah, monkey scoops up a peach.
First he slapped it.
Yeah, he kept talking about slapping it. Who hasn't been slapped on the head of the dick?
Dude, that would put me down.
It would.
You know what I'm saying? If you had a perfect little whoosh.
Oh yeah. It's a very sensitive membrane. People don't
really
realize
that was his.
Stephanie, you want to weigh in on your experience with penises there then?
Yes. He created the first ball tap.
Oh,
he did create the ball tap. Nice. My biggest question is,
another reason he should go on the wall of homies.
It makes me wonder though, because my technique when I slap dick is to backhand slap it. I do the old backhand.
Boom.
The quick
walk by and pop.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if it was more of a.
I think that the monkey grabbing a peach.
Well, yeah.
Is here underneath, underhand. Maybe it's a boom, boom. You flip it over.
You think I wonder if he set it up like
You could go sideways too. You could like bitch slap.
well, you could do the 2-in-1 where
And then
you
come back
you
and
come
go.
yeah, you go to the right, you slap the dick, and then on the way back in, you grab the peach and pull it.
Yeah.
So it's the old
There you go.
in and out.
That's perfect.
I'm pretty sure that's what he meant.
That's good.
We figured it out.
I'd like to get some of his work.
I
and read through it.
I'm a big fan of your work.
Yeah. They enjoy doing dojo storms.
Well, so what I liked most about the one they first talked about the dojo storm is so he was charged with attempted arson when he and an accomplice known as Douglas Dwyer, and in parentheses it says the second deadliest man alive.
I saw that. The second deadliest man. Can you imagine his advertisements? Come learn the second most terrifying.
I know. Well, it kind of makes you wonder though because this dude died at 36. So I wonder if
How terrifying was he?
Old Douglas Dwyer woke up one day and was like, "It's my turn."
That's a good point.
I think he died first though. I think he died.
So
I might be thinking of
you printed out ads of for tortillas. Planning a lion, tortillas flying.
It's because you needed the last line.
Oh, I thought that was because that was just showing us an inside look at what you typically look at on your computer.
Okay.
It's like, you know.
There's like a pyramid scheme in here. Like, give $35 a month, give $10 a month.
You get 2 tacos.
What is this? So there was Dojo Storm there. We watched this video of like a guy that was like, I guess, there to help. He had gotten a phone call from Count Dante.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Hey, we're going over to this dojo. I want to challenge him to a one-on-one match because they had some beef, and this is the big culmination of the dojo wars. I don't know if there was a bunch of other isolated incidents, but this was like the big one.
Mm-hmm.
And so they go. He's like, "All right, I'm down for that." And he's like, "I want people there because he's gonna have people there, and I want to make sure that it's a one-on-one thing, you know, and like it's just us." So I want to make sure I'm not stupid, right? So he's like, "Yeah, I'm okay with that. And we'll make sure that you're okay." So then they all show up, and apparently they bust in the door and try to pretend to be cops.
Yeah.
Which I don't get. Like, this guy's like, "I didn't know what we were doing. I showed up in my own car."
Yes.
And then
we weren't wearing cop outfits.
What was the next? Like outside the door, like, "Okay, guys, just go. Just bear with me. Like, just follow my lead. All right, guys."
And then he busts through the door and he's like, "Freeze, it's the cops." And like
Chicago PD.
And everybody behind him was like, "George, fuck, okay.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, we're the cops, guys."
They just turned it on immediately.
Yeah.
They're like, "Yo, get on the floor."
You heard him. You heard what he said. He said we were the cops. You
Put
heard
your
him.
hands up.
Now put him back down.
Yeah. I don't buy that. I think he knew what was going on going into it. Anyway, so then as they get in there, obviously a fight's not going to happen. It's a shakedown.
Yeah.
The police are in town. I don't know what they'd be doing. Okay, but anyways, somebody pulls out a knife, and then somebody gets stabbed and dies. Are you pulling up something? Oh, okay. Somebody gets stabbed and dies. And then from what I read, I didn't read this here. I don't know if this is what was printed here. From what I'd heard, they basically got a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, they did.
They got a stern like talking to.
That's
from
kind
the
of.
judge.
I think it even said that, a stern talking to, but because.
Oh, we haven't even gotten into like how eccentric this dude was.
I know.
He had bought a lion.
Yep.
And was walking around Chicago with his lion.
Yeah, so it says here, this individual recalls that Dante was ultimately acquitted, but not before both sides were given a stern lecture by the judge, citing everyone at fault.
Like
who fuck? And then,
guys,
the best part.
I know you like Power Rangers.
So
You've got to stop.
You got to cut it out.
Yeah.
Supposedly, Dante was also the mastermind behind a Chicago Pure vault robbery.
Oh yeah, that was
$4.3 million were stolen.
I really wanted to dive into that. We should.
But he died before they could actually, because it said he wasn't actually a suspect, but he was questioned by Illinois grand jury, and then ultimately passed a lie detector test. And then Dante he died shortly after that, before the trial. Sorry, which resulted in the conviction of all but one person involved.
So he apparently, in a karate magazine, tried to kind of fess up to it. He says that he claims, I blame myself to a great extent for being responsible for us going over to the Black Cobra Hall. That was the Black Cobra Fighting Society.
Yeah, well, and that's the other thing.
In the first place, and gone through living hell because of it, he wrote. I mean, that's the idea that you're gonna go over and like, who proved anything? I don't get it.
Mm-mm.
Like, what's the fucking point? Everybody's pretending like, oh, I'm the biggest badass. Imagine if I was sitting here like, I'm real good at jiu-jitsu, everybody. I'm the best at jiu-jitsu. Don't touch me. And then I come up and stab you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to use dynamite to blow up your gym. Like, that's just stupid.
You did pull a knife on Mitch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
true.
good luck.
Oh, I did pull. Good.
Oh, you did pull a knife on me.
Good looking at, man. What a callback. I did stab Mitch. I am badass at jiu-jitsu.
I should have moved faster.
I was thinking today, I was like, man, literally every time Mitch is involved, I lose.
He beat up 2 men in a liquor store parking lot after they laughed at the bogus Spanish coat of arms on the door of his brown Cadillac, and then he assaulting another guy who called him a fruit in a bar.
Dude, none of this is convincing me anything other than he was like a fucking cool guy.
Yeah, this guy's not taking shit off anybody.
Call me a fruit at a bar, dude. I'll beat your ass.
I will assault you. If I want to have a Spanish coat of arms on my Tundra.
I know. Like, who cares?
The dude drove a Cadillac. Oh my God, I want this guy to be my dad.
With a Spanish coat of arms. Imagine if Zohan the barber was your fucking dad. That'd be awesome. Oh, we do need to. So I've been meaning to shout this out for a while. We do have kind of a sponsor that we need to shout out. Are you
listen
just
to
gonna
this.
Interrupt me with your story. I'm trying to do a sponsored ad right now.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Trying to make us $1 million. Did you know fucking Joe Rogan made 30 million? Yeah, I sent you that article.
Oh yeah.
30 million, bro. Send that money over this way. You don't need all those sponsors.
I agree. And we're just as popular. So
dude, and he like, his sponsors like, yo, you like CBD? Me too. Try this. That's like, that's easy.
He's sponsored, one of his biggest sponsors is Squarespace, the website company that does a lot of his stuff. And then
Square beep.
Oh yeah.
don't say that name.
No, because then they have to pay us.
Yeah. So I'm gonna stop you. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Stop you.
I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm gonna have you go ahead and finish the sentence. Is that his car? Count Dante's Crown Prince of Death.
Oh my God.
Black Pope. Oh, that's a sexy car.
No, that's like his actual car. I thought that was just like the brand of car. That's fucking sick. So before you so rudely interrupted this, this ad, Cruise Combat, CRUZ, a sponsor of mine that has sponsored me since I was like mid amateurs, mid to late amateurs, all the way through my pro career up until now. They've given us an affiliate link so that to give you guys a discount on their product.
So what is the is it one of those like hashtag
No.
tumble?
No. Well, I mean, like you have a checkout code.
Right. So what's the coupon code?
I'm going to tell you, but first I want to tell you about
their products. Okay, go ahead.
Because I love their products. I'm going to get some shorts. I'm going to get some more Gravitas shorts because they print up our Gravitas shorts, and they're the best shorts. I love them. And I'm going to give you a pair because you'll love them too. And yeah, so you can just rep my gym.
Yep.
But anyways, they're American made. Everything is American made. I mean, like, whenever I send an order, they're like, I'll send it to the sew room where they are sewing those products together so that they can print up whatever I send them. Whatever I ask them to print on my shorts, on my rash guards, on my t-shirts, they'll throw on there. I mean, like, absolutely.
It's good quality. I've seen your stuff. It's good quality stuff.
Dude, it's great quality. So anyways, here's and we're going to put this out on our Patreon as well. And we'll probably put it out on our I mean, I guess if we're throwing it out in here, we'll throw it out on Instagram as well.
Might as well. So, I mean.
Yeah, the discount code is Rough and Tumble, all caps, with the ampersand.
Explain to people what an ampersand is.
The and symbol. The curly Q and symbol.
Okay.
Yeah, the ampersand. That's what it's called.
Oh, I know what it is.
Okay.
I just didn't think anyone else did. Yeah, see, Stephanie didn't know.
Yeah.
I put it the wrong one down.
Yeah.
She put the at symbol. It's it's the ampersand. Which
Stephanie's like, I heard that ampersand causes cancer.
It's true.
Yeah,
Rough and Tumble, all caps, with the ampersand symbol. The and symbol.
And.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense because we are the Rough and Tumble
Rough and Tumble
podcast.
Yeah. Those
all rights reserved, LLC.
Podcast. Emphasis on podcast. So you get 15% off of any of their products. Like I said, you can send them artwork. They have some pretty freaking slick shirts, dude. I'm not wearing anything of theirs now, of course, but dude, I've worn their shirts on air. I'll wear some more and I'll point it out. They have hooked me up for years. They have great patches. They have like anything that you want. You can just throw it their way.
Hey, it's a start. It's a start.
Your freaking Instagram handle that nobody cares about, and you want to get famous and be an Instagram celebrity, go give it to them. They'll put it on a patch. You can put it on your butt. And
you remember Condom Depot? Everybody was sponsored by Condom Depot.
Yeah, I remember that. The other one was the Las Vegas gun store or whatever.
Yeah,
I remember seeing that on everybody's. Man, what a weird time for MMA to go through. But honestly, like, it pisses me off, and of course it did everybody, the Reebok deal. But like, they created an entire economy. The UFC created an entire economy for themselves, and then just crushed it.
I know.
Just like, dude, where's Tap Out been? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's Tap Out been up to? They haven't been doing shit.
I didn't know they were still a company. No, you're absolutely right. And then from a business perspective, you would think that allowing your fighters to make income outside of the cage, that gives you more reason to pay them less. Like you can offer them less money.
Yeah.
And as long as they know they can make it up in sponsorship, they would take you as a company make more money because you can pay your fighters less. You know?
It's just a silly.
How do you think it?
I think Dana White's obsessed with being the NFL.
Stephanie, look up if you can how much an average an average boxing bout ticket sales, like how much do they make in comparison to a UFC fight?
They make they make in the hundreds of millions.
So is it because more people go to boxing matches than UFC fights between pay-per-views and ticket sales?
From what I've been told, so I've been explaining where there's there's just a lot of old money in boxing. Basically, there's just like money just
people just
around.
All invested in boxing.
I guess.
Who's the president of the boxing commission? You know what I mean? Like who is the Dana White of the boxing world?
Mafia guy.
Yeah,
I don't know. I really don't know much about the boxing commission drama and like the politics. I know. It's notoriously been corrupt, especially in the Las Vegas area.
Well, I know how much boxers earn.
Yeah.
Because it just depends on who it is. So,
man, I had a boxing coach, Danny Smith. I've talked about him on the podcast before. He's fantastic. But he's the numbers that he threw out in paydays, just blew me away. He was talking about like taking me to go spar with people, and he was like, "Yeah, dude. You can go make some sometimes you make $2,000 to $5,000 being a sparring partner for some of these guys a day." And I'm like, "What? Are you kidding me?" And then we were talking about fights, and he's like, "Dude, a pro debut, you could make $100,000." And I was like, "Dude, sign me the fuck up."
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Screw MMA.
So I know that their boxers make a lot of money. Go down a little bit and look at. There was one that said the economic breakdown of boxing. It was scroll down a little bit on the page.
But he's making it. Oh yeah, no. There's so much more money. They just pay so much better.
And that's where I'm just curious. How do they have so much more money than the UFC? Because,
I don't think that they necessarily have more money. I think they just allocate their money differently.
70% of the money in the case of the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight came from fans shelling out for a pay-per-view of the bout.
That makes sense.
So
And you got to remember too, boxing is a worldwide thing.
that's when
Pacquiao fights, the Philippines shut down.
Oh yeah, so with right there with a suggested price of about $90 and the potential for 3 million or more buys, pay-per-view could generate $300 million, and so 70% of the purse came from that 300 million.
That's just
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so
crazy money.
yeah, there's no way UFC's not making that. I don't think UFC. There's no way.
Probably are.
You think they're making millions like that? $300 million off of UFC pay-per-views?
I think some of them, yeah.
You think so?
But I think that they, like I said, I think they just allocate their money differently. I think they're paying their fighters differently. You don't really see a lot of advertisements for a lot of these cards. You see, like, on HBO, you'll see commercials for their...
Well, yeah, and I think it's because they had a deal with HBO. You know what I mean? Like, HBO is always... Because I remember when...
Which, again, that's where they get a lot of their money. They don't...
Yeah, they don't... Because Mike Tyson versus...
UFC's
Evander
fought for that for a long
Holyfield.
time.
I watched the I watched the fight where Mike Tyson bit off Evander Holyfield's ear. Like I remember being in the living room when I was a young kid. My dad got it on HBO because you could get pay-per-view back then, and it was such a big deal. And my dad was never even a boxing fan. I don't even know why he was watching it, but I remember it was on HBO, and I just remember the huge thing. Like we're watching it, and I'm not really sure what's going on. I'm just like, all right, these two dudes are fighting each other, and then it's just like, oh God, he bit his fucking ear off.
I remember seeing. I think I remember almost a similar experience.
Yeah, I was watching it because I remember like they showed it like 100 times in slow motion, where he like went in for like a dirty boxing headbutt type situation, and then just chomped down on the top of his fucking ear. I remember not
understanding what went on, like what happened, and being like, and my dad being like, "That dude bit his ear off."
Fucking crazy!
Like, whoa, that's nuts. That's how my dad did. He's like, that dude just bit his ear off, son. So your dad didn't like? Your dad wasn't into boxing and
not that I could tell. You know, it's weird.
I was wishing like my dad was like.
So I know my dad was.
Get him, son. Get out there and I don't know.
I know my dad was into martial arts. Like he was really into martial arts when he was younger. Because there's a picture I have. Well, it's not on my phone, but I have a picture of my mom when she was probably about 15 or 16, and sitting on a bed, and it's an old Polaroid. And in the background on the wall, my dad had his karate belts hung up.
Oh yeah.
And he had like all the way to like orange or purple or brown or something like that. You know, he was really into karate. And I know that with me being a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, when I started doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, he seemed to think that was one of the coolest things ever.
Yeah.
And so he actually a while back last year asked me to send him pictures of me competing and stuff because he wanted to have them. But we've never sat around and talked about it. And I think my dad realizes he doesn't know a whole lot about MMA to have I think he knows when he's out of his element.
Yeah.
And so we've never sat down and had a conversation about it. But he always asks me, you know, you still training? When's your next fight? All my family thinks I do MMA, by the way.
Yeah.
There's not a single person in my family that thinks that.
The case with like most Jiu-Jitsu people.
And I just let them think that.
It's like what
my mom thinks I do, what I actually do. Yeah, they all think I fight MMA. And
I will
that's
say,
fine.
My dad, like, he wasn't like super into fighting, but he always took me to go see the Power Ranger movies. And he always took me to go see every Jackie Chan movie that came out. We went to go see.
What was the first movie you remember seeing in theaters?
First movie I remember seeing in theaters. I think it had to have been one of the Home Alone movies.
Oh, really?
I think the first Home Alone movie. I believe. First or second.
I saw Oliver and Company, which was a Disney movie. And then I saw The Jungle Book. And I saw Dick Tracy. Dick Tracy was hardcore for me to go watch in theaters as a kid. Because it was kind of a... Bubba's here.
Yeah.
Dick Tracy was like rated PG-13, but nowadays would have been totally rated R.
I remember seeing Dick Tracy.
Yeah.
I don't remember if it was in theaters. Yeah, I watched Beetlejuice, and now when I watch Beetlejuice, I'm like,
what the fuck was wrong with me?
I was afraid of my own shadow, and you were like, here, this is a good movie to let him watch.
Yeah, watch this.
Ghostbusters was the same. I was afraid to take a bath after Ghostbusters 2 because
of the slime?
Yeah, the slime comes out of the faucet.
I remember that.
And my mom was like, okay, go start a bath. I'm like, fuck that.
There was a movie called Critters, which had these like small little monster thingies that came out of the toilet. And I shit my pants for a very long time.
Why would that a movie?
I know. Yeah, I wouldn't take a shit for a long time. I mean, I took shits, but they weren't in toilets. So,
yeah.
You know, Daddy was just going outside.
Ugh. Why would you think that that's a good movie?
Mm-mm.
So that brings me on back to The Deadliest Man Alive.
Yeah.
Talking about shit. Because this guy is the shit. I don't see anything. There's nothing that I see in any of this that makes me think anything short of this
guy's amazing.
Badass.
Yeah, look, like
His beard is on point. It looks like a tribal tattoo.
It does.
It looks like he tattooed a tribal beard on his face.
Stephanie, look up.
She's shaking her head like, don't you tell me to fucking look up.
Backstreet Boys.
I wish everybody could have been here whenever Mitch showed up late again, as usual.
We talked about this.
And came in like he's the goddamn CEO of the business.
Look,
ready to receive his
I'm an
Stephanie said, sign here, sign here, sign here. Oh, your jeans look nice today. I immediately get up. I was like, Stephanie, don't you fucking give him that shit.
That was all. Johnny got super jealous as to why I was getting all the VP treatment there. She's like, here's your coffee. You look great. You look great in blue.
Yeah.
Have I told you look great in blue?
You showed up late.
I didn't. Your definition and my definition of late are different. I'm always.
I will not be disrespected in my house.
I don't like waiting on people. So I figure if I'm late, I never have to wait on anybody.
It's a form of control is your problem. You have control issues.
I took a personality test actually this week, and that was one of my features.
Your features was that you have control problems?
It was one of my...
I come with this feature, the control issues feature. They didn't start adding it until 1987.
They don't. It's called an upgrade.
It's an upgrade.
They called it
fully loaded, baby.
They didn't call
depression, anxiety. You get it all.
They didn't call it control. They referred to it as dominance.
Which some girls find sexy.
Yeah,
it's a dominant problem. A dominance problem.
It's a dominant upgrade.
And are you mounting people and humping them?
So I was reading this one paragraph. It's like a female dog humping a male dog's face. I'll show you who's boss. What if we did that, like as a society? Like
I think we kind of do in ways.
No, I'm talking about literally, not figuratively.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, literally
all the time. Like, what if I just reacted like Bubba all the time? Like, you walked in, I was like, hey, ah!
That's the one I was talking about. The one right there. Yeah. Look. Right,
oh yeah.
When she's cursing over. Which one is that?
Is he?
That looks like what Dante would look like nowadays.
Which. There's one of them that's coming to Wild River Country if they
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
get the fuck
Lance
out
Bass,
of here.
the one that was gonna go to the moon.
Oh yeah, he's not. He was in Sync though. He wasn't in Boy.
He was in Sync.
Boys.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I got that mixed up.
That's all right. That's hilarious. He's openly gay as well. Good for him.
Yeah,
he would have been a gay astronaut. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I like. If you'd just left it at that, it would have been fine. I like that some of the names of these places are like, there's like Black Dragon Fighting Society, and the other one's like Green Dragon Fighting Society.
But it was at the Black Cobra Hall.
And this one's Japanese Dragon Fighting Society. Yeah. It is.
I wonder if dragons are sitting back going, I really wish these white motherfuckers would stop using our namesake so goddamn much.
Dragons are make-believe. All in all, how did he die? He died of
a bleeding
internal
ulcer.
Hemorrhaging caused by a bleeding ulcer. Well, it sounds like his poison hand technique kind of took a wrong turn when he turned it. You know what I've always heard? When you point your finger at somebody, you have 3 fingers always pointing back at you. And maybe his poison hand technique.
Oh, I see what you're going there.
Those fingers were pointing right back at him the whole time.
It talks about how one night...
I feel like...
Listen.
That was good, dude. That was good.
You've already made this enough about you.
That was a good one, man. Give me credit for that one.
That's hilarious. I've been trying to tell this one thing on here for like 10 minutes. I've allowed you to speak for minutes on end.
All of that for that. That's what I was leading up to. Go ahead. Whatever you want to say.
This is the worst.
Sounded out.
No, it's not even that. It's every time I want to tell a joke, and then you always overshadow my jokes.
I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding. It's not even a joke. It's just a funny story off this article.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so there's a story here where, and this is the weirdest way to like make amends to somebody, because I guess one night Dante and this guy named Cooley, they got into an argument, and then Dante took a grazing swipe at his chin that put Cooley in such pain that it felt like his skin ripped off. But here's the best part. So essentially, they got into a fight, and Dante bitch slapped him across the face.
Oh, son of a...
That was your phone.
Damn it. And it keeps going through like...
It was going bing, bong, bong.
I'm sorry, y'all. She knows that I'm in here right now.
Is that Lizzie?
It's Lizzie.
Oh, it's hilarious. So, what did she text you? It was like, where are you?
Yeah.
So anyway, basically Dante and this dude got into a fight. Dante slapped him across the face and it ripped skin off. And then Dante immediately apologized and promised to make it up to him by showing him a trick. So he basically says, my bad. I'm sorry I slapped you in the face and ripped your skin off. I'll make it up to you. I'm going to show you a trick.
Are these grown adults?
And he goes, tell you what.
He pulled the quarter out.
No, he said,
where's your nose?
He said, go get your pistol and I'm going to catch a bullet if you fired at my face. That's how he was going to make it up to him.
That's so insane.
That was what he was going to do.
Dude, you slapped me.
Everywhere for that story too. I couldn't find it.
Dude, it's what it says.
You slap me like that, I'm going to go grab my pistol and shoot you.
If you go get your pistol,
don't
fire
ask
it
me
at
twice.
me,
All right.
I'll catch the bullet.
One of the first things that my coach taught me whenever I learned how to do a Thai kick is he said, if anybody ever asks you to kick him in the leg because they don't think that it would hurt that much,
fuck that.
you do it immediately. Don't give them a chance to then like chicken out or second guess. You just fucking chop at their leg.
I still think this, like I'm visualizing in my head this whole thing going down.
What a con artist.
It's such a weird thing though.
What was the guy's response? Obviously just not go get the gun.
I don't know. It never finishes the story, but like I just, in my head, I'm seeing this, like, he's like, he like slaps him. He's like, okay. Admittedly, I lost my temper.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to make it up to you.
Go grab my
Go get your gun. Go get your gun. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Go get it. Go get your gun. Yeah, that's
No, I can't do it, man.
Look, I'm going to catch it this time.
I'm not doing it. I told you, Dante.
I'm not going to get your gun. That's the weirdest shit.
I bet he's got the coolest. You remember, did you ever watch that movie, Romeo and Juliet?
Which one? The one with Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah,
yes.
like the
I
90s
bet my thumb
one.
at you.
This is the most 90s movie.
It's very 90s, but the actual script itself was
Right,
word for
it
word
was
from
like
Shakespeare.
word for word. Do you remember their handguns, their pistols?
Oh, yeah.
Those things were
They were fucking gnarly.
slick, dude.
Oh, yeah, they were super gnarly.
That's what I imagine Dante's.
Just going and it's like all engraved with fucking dragons on it and stuff like
Tribal shit
Fucking
all over the place.
that. Ivory grip handles and all that stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I
This
bet
guy.
Dude, can you imagine? I bet he's slaying.
He had to. If he had to, how does he not have 500 kids?
So, and here's what's the most interesting part is that there were $4.3 million stolen in a robbery in Chicago, a bank vault robbery. And they were like, what was it? 3 people were convicted and 1 was missing. And there's a lot of people think that Count Dante was the mastermind. He was the missing person, but he had passed away.
So Stephanie, we've got to look this up.
Is there any kind of evidence? Any other kind of evidence? Were you asleep over there? Did you look back like, what? Okay, yeah.
There's a band in San Francisco called Count Dante and the Black Dragon Fighting Society.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
That's dope.
But is there any kind of weight to that story that he was a part of that? I mean, why do they think that he was a part of that robbery?
That's something it doesn't talk about. It just, there was, yeah.
There's just nothing. Yeah,
there was nothing out there.
Because honestly, that would be the most interesting part of the whole freaking story.
Like how he was associated with like the mob and stuff like that. Because there was a couple of situations where it talked about
his
that.
lawyer was a mafia lawyer. Was a mob lawyer,
which is wild. He was subpoenaed and in the fall of 1974 and given a lie detector test about his possible role in the heist of more than $4 million from the headquarters of the Purolator Security.
What if he faked his death?
So there's talk about that.
He could have faked his death. Dude, What if you get to the point in your life where you're like, you know what the right move now is? Fake my death.
That's the move, right?
I think that a lot of times, honestly, had that pop up this week.
He said in an interview 2 months before he died, in an interview with the Sun Chronicle out of Massachusetts, to promote the Sunday Bloody Sunday karate tournament. He said, I know.
What?
I know.
This guy's fucking awesome.
I know. He said, I just want people to forget me. And that was 2 months before he died.
Oh.
Fucking wild.
Fucking poetic.
I know.
Dude, Jonny Wester's new hero, Count Dante. Do yourself a favor and look up a picture of Count Dante.
He's the best.
You can get a picture in your head.
You know who he looks like?
Of what we're talking about.
If you took his facial hair off, he looks like the guy that says, I have not freebased cocaine.
Freebase cocaine.
That's what he looks like if you took his facial hair off.
That's exactly what he looks like. What was the name of it again? The Blood Sunday.
The band? Oh no, the tournament. Yeah. So it was his last attempt to try to like revive his martial arts career. And it was in Massachusetts, March 16th, 1975. It said a piece in official karate in the event titled Sunday Bloody Sunday characterized Keenan as looking bored and concluded that whatever the reasons for this expo, the resulting manifestation was trash.
Dude, what a fucking baller.
Dude, it seems like at the end of his life, he was just like super, like he had lived such a baller life that toward the end of his life. Yeah. And you know what? I think he faked his, I think this motherfucker's still alive, dude.
Yeah. He might have been like just so, you know what? I'd listened to a YouTube video that was going through the capture of John Wilkes Booth, the man that assassinated Abraham Lincoln, and which is really interesting story because they have his journals that he kept during that time. So they have a lot of his thoughts, what he was going through his mind. And he was like, so he'd noticed that during his flee, that the whole country had painted him to be this horrible villain. And in his mind, he was a hero. And he was like, I don't get it. Like these stories of Romans doing this and like these things like, they're considered heroes and I'm not. Like this isn't how it's playing out for me.
I know.
Then when he was killed, his last words were useless. And so I think like that was him.
That was his last words. Was the word useless?
Yeah,
that's
and
legit.
I think that's him just saying like all of this was just
for nothing,
useless.
Yeah,
and
well, because they conspired. Like it was a group of conspirators that planned that.
Yeah, and they actually had before something happened to where they changed their plan. Where they're like, now we got to kill him.
Right.
But before that, they had plans to kidnap him. They had like plans to like
and do what?
Well, they were gonna hold him for ransom for Confederate soldiers.
Oh, which made sense, right?
Yeah.
Considering what was happening during that time.
Yeah. Something.
Isn't that crazy? Like the president of the United States, but he wasn't. But there were so many states that weren't in that.
Yeah.
So literally, not my president, kind of thing.
Yeah, and I mean, like at the time, people were like, I mean, I think people are getting close to that now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, he was acquitted today.
There's a group of people in the nation, and I'm not gonna say whether I agree or disagree. But there's a group of people in the nation that believe if Donald Trump were assassinated, that person that assassinated him would be a hero.
I don't argue that you're right, because of the world that's currently in existence, but I think that would be a bad move.
Yeah, it would cause chaos.
The reaction that would come from the other side.
That was the exact
right.
That was exactly what John Wilkes Booth wanted.
What do we got here, Stephanie?
That is his black silk gi.
Oh man, yeah, it just looks like pajamas.
He had a black silk gi.
Hold on.
Are those buttons? I think he's just wearing a pajama suit.
If you look at this one.
Oh, I see.
It's the monkey grab.
Look at him.
Oh yeah, he's doing it.
We were right. We had it right.
He's doing it from the side.
He is going side.
Smart guy. Angles.
Smart guy, yeah.
You got to cut angles.
Yep. You're not getting punched in the face when you're grabbing somebody's dick like that.
Yeah. He's blocking that over. Or is he? Oh, he's grabbing him.
He's grabbing him by the throat. Oh, it's a two-handed grab.
Boom. Boom.
Okay. I see.
I like it.
I hear you.
I'm gonna practice that tomorrow.
So it's left hand on the throat, right hand on the dick.
Yeah.
Got it.
Here, swing this stick at me.
Show Bob how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's later. All in all, I can't. There's nothing else to say about him.
Dude, I went into this honestly. I was like, this guy's gonna be a fucking joke. And the whole time I was reading, I was just like, I'm not seeing the comedy.
This guy is so cool.
Everything I'm reading, like
he knows at the end he's the victim. All along he's the victim.
He was like, I just want people to forget about me,
dude.
I like the bull part.
Oh, when he was driving around with the bull. I forgot about that. Oh, this guy named Bob Calhoun, the one that has the band Count Dante and the Black Dragon Fighting Society. He's not related to the family or anything like that. In fact, Dante's estate and students have actually sent like cease and desist orders to Calhoun.
I know what that's like.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm showered with cease and desist letters.
I'm so tired of them.
Every day.
Ugh.
From the.
Look, we will gladly mention their names when they decide to collaborate with us.
I think honestly, like
I want them to collaborate with us. That'd be the coolest thing ever.
It would, dude. It's 2020. All right, you know what I'm saying? Like, ladies, take care of your man, otherwise another man will. That's what I read the other day on Instagram. Yeah, and I feel like that's that pertains to right now. But honestly, dude, like, why can't people just like get along?
At the end of this article,
is that a pyramid scheme that she's pitching?
If you give $35 and then give another $10 and then give $5, it's a one-time donation.
Honestly, what is that though? Is that like
it's every dollar you give helps fund the experience diverse journalism. It's just a thing where you can contribute to the Chicago.
You hid that advertisement in there, didn't you?
We are not.
You knew he'd read it.
Mitch will read anything on the teleprompter. But yeah, it said the story has discos, Rush Street, and pet lions. You can't write this shit.
It's beautiful.
He's dead, and we're still talking about him. He did what he set out to accomplish.
He's dead, and he's still the deadliest man alive.
Yeah, you can't. Nobody came in. How do you fucking? Well, I don't know.
That's also more proof that he faked his death. How can you be dead and be the deadliest man alive?
That's true.
Wait a minute. What if it's the deadest man alive?
Deadest. We've been reading this wrong the entire. Oh, it is. It is.
It's the deadest man alive.
It's DEADEST. My bad. We fucked that up.
Yeah. This whole time.
The life and death of the deadest man.
He was dead the whole time he was alive. Yeah. It was crazy.
That's weird. And it says here that he was in the works for doing a movie with M. Night Shyamalan.
What? Shut up.
Yeah, it was a couple of rough titles were called I See Dead People. And then I guess they finally settled on Sixth Sense. I don't know. He's been dead the whole time.
Ended up as Don't Mess with the Zohan.
That's what it ended up being. Like, it almost became a Hollywood hit until Adam Sandler got a hold of it.
What if it started off like a super serious movie and then just snowballed? Adam Sandler somehow got involved.
That happened.
Guys, what if we did this?
Well, that movie with James Franco that he did the remake of it.
Oh yeah, the worst movie.
Yeah, but it was about that movie. What's the name of that movie, Stephanie?
The Disaster?
It's called The Disaster Artist was the name of the movie that they did.
Yeah.
But the original movie was called... I don't remember. I don't either. But so I watched it.
Oh yeah, you talked about it. It is
terrible.
Yeah.
But it is funny at the same time. Because when you realize that... so he... Essentially, James Franco's character, the guy that we're going to learn about here in a second when she gets the name and stuff, but... he was just tired of not getting parts in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And he had a mysteriously large amount of money.
It's called The Room.
The Room. And who was the actor? Who wrote it? Who wrote The Room?
The Room was Tommy Wiseau.
Tommy Wiseau, yeah. And he owned a 501 jeans company on the beach there in California. But nobody knows where he got all his money because the disaster or the Room itself, the movie The Room, it cost like almost $1 million to make. Then he personally funded it.
Dude, I can kind of relate with that guy though. I mean, like I feel it. Okay. I've always like, I've always felt like, you know what? I can't rely on this person to do this for me.
I'm just gonna do it myself.
I'm just gonna do it myself.
That was on my personality test as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that you do it yourselfer?
Yeah.
They took a personality test.
It's
He does have a personality. That's what they determined.
that was the test. It was a positive or a negative.
They don't know where it is, but it's there.
Yeah. We're still trying to find it.
Yeah.
But
was it in Cosmo?
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Why'd you shake your head like that? So, I don't want to say. It was in Girl Magazine.
I was in a waiting room at a doctor's office.
Is that true? Is that really?
No, that's not really. That's not true. I took a legitimate personality test.
It was Women's Daily.
Yeah, I took a women's day.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you right now, ladies, if you want to know how to please your man, I got some advice for you.
None of those are right. Ladies,
They're not.
Don't listen to that.
Mm-mm.
I one time experienced the perineum.
Is that
That's like the
when somebody puts their finger in your butthole?
that somebody tried to, and I said no.
Dude, get out of there.
He said nope.
Get out
I
of there.
said,
That's for
we read it in Cosmo. Is the perineum.
you get your finger away from this butthole. The only
Yeah.
thing it's good for is
I don't want it.
wiping and pooping.
Yeah. It's only exit only. No, I forgot what we were talking about before that.
Find a Cosmo personality test.
Oh wait! Oh, did you take like the HT?
No, it's called PPD.
INTFJ or whatever.
Mm-mm. It's called PPD. Basically, it asks you a series of weird questions. I had to do it for my job, and it gives you three examples. It gives you three printouts. One is who you really are. The second one is how you view yourself, and then the third is how others view you. And it asks weird questions like, it would ask questions about me, like blah 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 blah, and then it would ask questions about what do I expect out of other people.
Right.
And I found that I was way more objective in my opinions about what I thought other people should do for me. Because when I was answering some of the questions, it was like, do you think that people should be on time? I'm like, yeah, of course. That was an accidental joke. That wasn't supposed to be that joke. But or other things like, do you think people should care more about their jobs than they do? And when I answered the question about what I think, I thought people should think whatever the fuck they want to think about their job.
Yeah.
But when I was asked about, when the question was, what do you think that your job and your status is important? I said yes. So it's kind of weird because the way I view myself versus the way I expect other people to behave, I'm very objective about other people's behaviors, but I'm very strict about my own behavior.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird.
I've always been interested in what other people think about me,
About
especially
you.
just from like, I wish I could just get in people's mind like when they first see me. Like, what was your thought whenever you first just saw me in a room?
Mm.
What kind of person did you think that I was?
I thought you'd be somebody cool to hang out with. And I thought
that
I spent years
every
thinking of a
episode.
way to. Well, you mean to stop saying it, Johnny?
No,
Is that what you want me to do?
I don't. I'm saying this is a weekly ego boost for me. Go on. This is another one of our segments.
So we've got two segments now.
Yeah.
One was the first one is
The thing is
is this with Mitch, and then the other one with Johnny is no. Go ahead and tell me again. This is what it's called.
Wait, I'm gonna tell you again.
No, that's the name of the segment. It's Johnny. The segment is no. Go ahead and say it again.
I don't get the joke. I want to ruin all.
That's your
The worst way, like,
Johnny's gonna bully me the entire episode. Is basically what he just said.
If you ever like this, I know you haven't done this, but or I'm assuming you haven't. But like one of my favorite things to do when I was like younger, and we would just be terrible to your friends.
Yes.
Is somebody would say something that they're like, they're expecting a laugh out of it,
Right.
And you just look at them and go, "Grow up."
Grow the fuck up.
And dude, it makes that person like shrink inside themselves.
It does. Or
Valentine's Day is coming up.
if you just go, mm-mm.
Oh yeah, you looked up Cosmo.
What is it? Is it a survey?
One of the tests are how popular are your anal sex habits?
Let's do
Oh,
it.
do it. Let's do it.
We'll do it.
Let's do it.
I don't have any anal sex habits.
I don't
think.
either. So that's why I want to do it. Because I want to see what they say mine
How do you
is.
create habits at anal sex?
That's so weird. How
Do you have like?
is there a bunch of ways
rituals?
you can do it? Do you burn
Yeah, I
incense
have to
and
burn
embers?
incense before every time.
Is it like a legit? Like, does it have questions?
Okay.
Okay.
Have you ever tried anal?
Yes.
Yeah. Wait.
Hold on.
Which direction?
I've done it to other people. Women. I've done it to women.
I wouldn't say that I'd done it.
I've been asked to do it.
I was involved
Yeah. Shit.
consensually.
Okay, well, this would be answering
Involved.
if it was a woman saying yes.
Okay.
We're
gonna pretend.
we're gonna say yes because
We're gonna say
we're
yes.
Okay.
yeah we're on the other side. Or you can answer it.
Okay, I think actually,
Okay.
Stephanie, you have to answer it.
86%. I don't have to answer it. I have an NDA.
That's true.
Oh, by the way, I realized that I pay for a Patreon, so I'm actually paying you guys to work.
Oh,
You're
shit.
welcome.
You do pay for Patreon.
We'll probably give you that back for free.
Yeah.
We're not gonna give you your money back, but we'll just stop charging you.
All right, 86% have.
Of course they
Okay, I
have.
would expect that.
Yeah.
If they're taking a test about anal sex,
Yeah,
then I
they've
would
at least
imagine-
considered it.
Yeah, you can.
If not, would you try it in the future?
Well, yeah,
Yeah, of course.
but we did, so
Your
that
option
doesn't.
is never say never or nope, it's not for me.
Never say never.
Yeah, no.
That's what Goonies never say die.
That would be 92% are willing to give it a go.
Yeah. So then why have not done it then?
Why?
That
If
is a whole
Almost
different
100%.
subject.
Almost 100% of the women
When-
said, "I will totally give it a shot." But what's stopping you?
My question is why every time I ask, they tell me no.
Yeah. Now, where's the 92% at?
9. Yeah. Okay.
What's the next question?
Next.
What's the number one reason you have or would try anal?
Curiosity killed the cat.
Oh yeah, curiosity. No.
Yeah, dude.
Well, it's to see if it's pleasurable for myself or to please my partner.
To see if it's pleasurable for myself.
That's why I did it.
Yeah. Listen,
71%.
there's nothing that involves my penis that doesn't also involve myself.
That's true.
If I keep it, if I send my pants, there's other things that can go on that are fine, but
I feel
what I'm
this is
saying?
a
Like-
typical question.
all right, good.
If you've discussed anal in your past with a partner, who brought it up first?
The
Me.
man, yeah,
Me.
every time.
Every time.
They
Yeah,
have.
Yep.
yeah.
That'd be 51%.
Whoa,
51%
really?
said that they brought it up.
They brought it up.
Even
The
it's half and
boyfriend
half.
brought
That's
it
half
up
and half.
versus the girl. It was 49% women said, yeah,
They brought it up.
Nailed it.
Wow.
Would you prefer to prepare for anal, or just dive in when you feel your adventure?
I think it's a moment thing. I think it's in the middle of the moment thing.
You should probably prepare for that.
Well, yeah.
What do you think Count
Mm-mm.
Dante would do?
Mm.
I think that he would have like a heart-shaped bed and like oils,
Oh yeah.
jellies.
Your option is preparation never hurt anyone, or spontaneity seems hotter.
Spontaneity does seem hotter. And the times that I've had
It's true, yeah.
the butt sex, it has been one of those situations where it's like, I'm pretty close. Might as well go ahead and do
She's
this.
like, I had a big buffet yesterday. Took a big dump this morning.
Most people choose to prep themselves.
What the fuck?
I would think that there'd be.
So
some-
here's my question. Okay,
if
no,
it's the first
I
time.
would want someone to go
No,
and dry.
but no, I get it. I get it. You're not wrong
Raw
about
dog
that.
in it.
But here's the thing. That's a woman answering that question. Okay, so let's talk about that for a second. Okay, two guys just said. Well, I said spontaneity, right? Like
It is hotter, but I would.
Okay.
I understand the preparation.
Okay, well,
That makes sense.
So in this moment, pretend like you're not being objective, right? You're being.
I don't know where that one came.
It wasn't me.
Right?
It's you. She's out.
Okay.
Nailed it. So with that, okay, so the women were saying, "Oh, we got to prepare," and the men are saying, "No, let's just do it in the midst." So if that's the case, then how many women are preparing for that without the assumption that it's gonna like just saying, you know what, this could happen tonight, so I'm gonna put a little Vaseline around the ring.
Just split it at the top of the crack. By the end of the night, it'll
It'll
reach the
fall
hole.
down. Yeah.
And,
Or is it like old baseball players?
around last call.
You know, like the baseball players used to put Vaseline under the bill of their hat to throw sliders and stuff like that. So does she like on a bra strap? She has a little bit of Vaseline. So when she's like, it's time,
Go, bloop.
and she pops it off and puts it on
I
there.
think that Vaseline will go away, and it just.
I don't know much about
it's
Vaseline.
Like oily.
Yeah, that's why it works so well.
Well,
I think sweat works the best.
There's also there's like plugs and stuff. You could pop a cork.
But it goes. Are you saying plug it and then go to the date like that?
Yeah.
And then
Girls do that.
Dude, no, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
You're a lot. You've seen it. I can only assume you've seen it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be saying so with certainty.
I'm not gonna say that I saw it, but
you know someone
girls do it.
Most.
No, I would say most girls do it.
Some
what are you
girls,
looking at me? Why is everybody looking at me? Girls do it. It's a thing.
They put butt plugs in their butt and go on a date. In hopes and with the potential situation that they butt sex.
Have you ever watched Pornhub? I'm just kidding. That's real girls, right?
Those are real people, right? Those are home videos, all of them.
He said it was his sister. No,
get out of here, stepdad.
That's a thing. Like, I mean, like maybe it's like a young people.
I've never heard of it. I've heard of people putting.
You're such like a dad right now. You're like, I've never heard of it, son. I just couldn't even imagine it.
Never heard of it. No clue what you're talking about.
What? Tinder? Tinder? You're starting a fire?
I totally forgot my son listens to this podcast.
Yeah. Well,
is that was the end of the survey?
There's a time that
I just went off track on that question.
No, went off track.
Well, I just was curious to see.
The other question I already knew the answer is: have you ever discussed anal sex with your friends? I put yes.
Well, we're doing it right now.
Currently.
So, the next question: have you ever tried other forms of butt play? Anal beads, finger up the butt, or butt plugs?
Oh, there we go.
Okay, so I've never done anal beads.
No,
I've never done a butt plug. I have in the past have someone think it was okay to put a finger in my butt without talking to me about it.
Yeah, I've had.
And I shut it down.
Yeah,
I shut it down.
So that would be you tried it.
I get highly sensitive if you get anywhere past the sack.
I'm gonna tell you right now. My sphincter is strong enough. I could clip a fingernail. So like if you tried to go and I'm gonna clip a fingernail, and that's a warning. Because if your finger goes in there, the tip of the finger's coming up.
Oh, we have to look this up. Somebody showed me this and said, they legitimately said, I feel like this is something that you would do. I kind of, not you.
Oh, okay,
like,
you.
Specifically to me, but
Yeah.
I think like just in general to the podcast. Apparently, your testicles, your sack, has taste buds that connect to your tongue.
No.
If you dip it in something like soy sauce,
they're lying.
There's YouTube videos of guys trying it. And
Yeah, and what are they doing? They're like, oh, I can totally taste the soy sauce.
They're swearing that you can.
Get the fuck out. I'll do it when I get home.
That's the YouTube challenge. That's like the new YouTube challenge. You know,
so we went from Tide Pods to soy
and light it on fire.
Does anyone else taste?
Seriously, the second thing that comes up.
It just says.
Yeah.
There's no
taste buds on balls.
That's not a true thing, though. There's no way.
They swear. Is there any?
Why
kind
would
of
God
science?
put taste buds on your balls? Like, is it so that like that? Did ancient cavemen go around and just before they ate food, they just rubbed their nuts on it?
Bring these oranges up. Yeah, what was the evolutionary?
That makes no
purpose of that?
sense. What are they doing with those oranges? I like how Stephanie like ran out of the way whenever she could just run it up to the monitor. She's like, I gotta get out of the way so you can see.
Taste buds that can detect
Testicles.
sweet flavors,
Have
and
taste
they're
buds.
essential for reproduction.
Get the
Wow.
Nope. Not true.
Another thing, there's a whole Reddit
Taste.
community.
Have taste receptors.
So should we dip our nuts in
I
something?
think you guys need to
Here's
dip
the thing.
your nutsack in some
Mm-mm.
orange juice or soy sauce.
I will. Yeah,
I'll do it.
I love orange
See how
juice.
it goes.
Orange juice is like my favorite.
Do you have any orange juice here?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
That'll
That's
be our
gonna
next-
burn. That's just
that'll
gonna
be our
be
next
bad.
Patreon video.
Why is it stuff like? Why is it acidic stuff? I think this is a joke. This is how you burn your nuts chemically.
Lemon juice.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
You can only taste lemon juice, orange juice, soy sauce.
Go big or go home, pussies.
That's ridiculous.
So there's a subreddit, like a whole community, and I can't figure out. Maybe I've talked about this before. I can't figure out if it's like some fetish or what it is.
What is it?
It's called shower oranges.
Shower oranges? What do they do with those? They just drink orange juice in the shower?
No, they just take an orange in the shower. Here's my guess: is either it's like everybody's trying to troll.
That's what it is.
Everybody.
That's what it is.
Or because of how messy they are when you peel them, you just peel them in the shower.
I see where you're coming from.
Washes it all off.
I see where you're coming from.
What if like you taste it better in the shower?
What you got there, Steph?
Testicles are out.
Mitch was right.
I told you.
It's a scam?
No, you cannot taste anything with your testicles.
Damn it!
But here's the truth.
But your butthole can.
That just in,
Yeah.
you would be able to taste with your bladder, your lungs, and your intestines.
How do we get to those?
Which goes back to the survey that we were having earlier.
How can I put some oranges on my lungs?
I thought, how do we get to the intestines?
Yeah.
I knew I was right. You know why? Because I've taken Epsom salt baths before, and I feel like I would have tasted salt on my mouth.
That's true. That's very true. Because like you get in the ocean, you can taste that. Ugh, have you tasted ocean water?
Oh yeah,
Ugh.
it's the worst.
I mean, you'd be able to taste that through.
You would taste it in a sec. What does it say?
Are you done with this?
Yeah, go ahead. What you got? What's the next question?
so many viruses on my computer after this.
Which do you prefer, analingus or rim jobs?
Wait, what? Anal leakage?
Yeah, what is that?
Analingus.
Angolingus?
Analingus. It's licking your butthole.
Linguini?
You know, like cunnilingus is licking your vagina or licking a vagina, not yours.
Penetrative butt play.
Oh, so analingus, penetrative butt play, and what was the other one?
That's it. Or rim jobs.
Rim jobs. You know what rim job is?
Like finger around the butthole?
No, I think that's just when you lick the butthole.
Oh,
You just lick it.
Isn't that anal linkage?
No, analingus. You know what? I'm not 100% sure because I think
Toss in the salad.
You have to
you're tossing the salad. Yeah. What is a rim job? Look it up. What's a rim? No, I'll look it up.
Not looking
I'll look it up since I don't want to put that on Johnny's phone or on Johnny's computer.
Yeah, don't put that on the computer, please. I don't know what the difference is, but I think
A rim job is?
dude, it's 2020. Everybody's licking buttholes.
I'm saying not know the answer to this. Would you
I'm
rather
looking at
give
it.
or receive?
Give.
Wait, hold on. Go back. I didn't give my answer. I might surprise you.
Johnny, would you like to give or receive?
Oh, wait. No. I was talking about the other question. The one about are we licking buttholes or not?
Oh, it says right here, a rim job is the act of kissing and licking someone's butthole.
Yeah, I'll lick a butthole. I don't care.
Now it makes me wonder what analingus is then. What's the difference between a rim job and analingus?
I think it would
Your
be
tongue has to go in the
penetrate?
butthole?
analingus just with
Anal. How do you spell analingus?
I'm gonna cut a slit in my.
ANALINGUS. Just like cunnilingus, but for your anus.
That's not I don't usually use the word cunnilingus. Like if I want to.
Yeah.
What?
You penetrate the beehole with.
It says rimming. They calls it rimming. Oh, there's health line. Is this on a health website? 15 facts about safety and how to do it.
And how to do it.
Safety first.
Everything you need to know about rimming.
The last one will shock you. Okay, what's the next question?
All right, well, y'all didn't do
Giving or receiving? Giving,
Oh, you can
obviously.
suck a butthole, apparently, to this.
Suck a butthole? What?
It says
Well-
analingus includes licking, sucking, kissing, and other pleasurable
What are you trying to get out of there?
I know.
Who's... Ooh.
We know what comes out of those.
I'm going to blow on... Put it back in.
Is anal sex something you have regularly?
No.
Y'all sounded sad.
Sex isn't something I have regularly.
That's hilarious.
All right, that's it.
That's
Oh,
good.
That was a good survey. I'm glad that we did that
I
together.
know.
That's all on Count Monte Cristo. Count Dante, Raphael, John Timothy Keehan.
Keehan?
Is his Christian
Because that
name.
was his Irish Christian name.
Seriously, look up a picture of this guy.
Dude, he's the best.
I'm gonna post it as the actually.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna post the newspaper as our artwork.
Yeah.
This his face will go on our Instagram for sure. Dude, this guy is just so fucking cool, so suave.
He's been the best one because remember when we covered the Canadian martial art and the guy who created it was
that guy was such a loser.
he was a douchebag.
None of the martial arts that we've covered have we found like just a fucking cool character.
One of the stories.
Stephanie's acting like she found us a good survey.
What do you got?
It's what's your sexual position IQ?
Ooh.
Yeah.
You have to look at pictures?
I'm going to give y'all a word. Y'all have to tell me which definition it is.
Okay.
Teabagging is...
Crouching? I'm sorry.
Someone placing their scrotum into the mouth or onto the face, forehead of another person.
Okay.
Someone tying their balls so that the balls look like a small bag.
My. It's obviously A.
But I like B.
B it has my attention.
10% thought.
10%.
Yeah.
You know what? Those were all the chicks,
They also call that a San Francisco bird feeder.
The old Kentucky Shuffle.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Cosplay is dressing up as a character from a comic book, movie, etc., and taking on their persona. Or sexual play that centers around the use of makeup and beauty products.
I know that it's A, but B also sounds like it's a part of A.
I want to know what the other ones are. Like, is there a thing where they're doing that with makeup and stuff?
It's like the
what is that?
What is it? Yeah, what would be the name of that?
What are they doing?
I think that's just called porno. I think it's just called porn.
Or I'm thinking makeup tutorials.
Makeup tutorial porn.
That's what it is. There's some guys just jerking off to some chick putting on makeup.
Before they have makeup tutorials naked on Pornhub?
Oh man,
that's
it's gonna be a thing.
That's honestly fucking brilliant. If it's not already out there.
Let me look.
You want your boyfriend to start learning about makeup and get interested in the same things you are. Holy shit, that would make millions. Go ahead.
Okay. The Venus butterfly is.
Oh,
I don't have a fucking clue.
I really don't know this one.
I can't wait to hear it.
All right, is it A, giving someone cunnilingus and then fingering them at the same time?
Okay, I'm with you.
B, when someone tenses and
Look,
releases
there is one.
Okay, someone tenses or releases
it's a makeup tutorial on Pornhub.
Floor muscles during sex to clench and loosen their vagina around. So is it going down on them and fingering them at the same time, or them doing Kegels while during sex?
That's a Venus butterfly?
It's going to be the Kegel one. It has to be the Kegel one.
What's the name of it again?
The Venus butterfly. I think it's
Kegel. No, I think it's the Kegel one.
The Venus butterfly?
Yeah, watch. You'll see. Mitch knows what he's talking about.
You know what it is? It has to do with the makeup tutorials. It's called the Venus butterfly because it's like a caterpillar. It's when an ugly girl goes in and puts a bunch of makeup on and comes out a butterfly.
She's bird. What was the answer?
Oh, they just tell me, they 57% think it's Kegels, 43%.
Told you. Well, because the Kegel means you're making the toot tighter. And then like a Venus flytrap.
How is that?
But that wouldn't be a butterfly.
It looks like a butterfly.
Would it?
A vagina does.
But if you were down and then like...
No, the Venus flytrap piece to that is the Kegel part. You guess.
I thought they look like roast beef sandwiches.
It's a butterfly.
Yeah. Well, that's called the Venus butterfly. Venus butterfly trap.
Okay, moving on.
What edging is delaying an orgasm with the goal of having more intense one. Or B, sex where the receiver lies on the edge of the bed, couch, and chair as the giver stands.
Edmund Kemper stands.
B is so stupid specific. Like,
I know.
Edging. Move to this point of the couch.
80% agree with Johnny.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. A cream pie is.
Oh, my God.
Whoa.
What the fuck?
Are y'all ready?
Yes.
A, when the semen visibly drips out of the vagina.
This is sex education right here.
Anus after someone ejaculates in it. Or B, when a guy ejaculates in his partner's mouth and his partner spits it out and smears it on the guy's face.
Before we answer this, I just want to give you the congratulations for making the most uncomfortable
This is the most not safe for work episode we have ever done.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're welcome, John.
100. We're going to have to put 2 NSFWs.
2 of them.
So, what's the name of it again?
It's A. It's A. Just move on. Just move on. It's A.
Oh, it's hilarious. That's a thing.
I'll never be uncomfortable on my own goddamn podcast again.
That's hilarious.
I'm literally crying.
Oh, it gets better?
A pearl necklace.
Oh, we know what that one is.
Yeah.
Or you want me to say it?
No, I can tell you. So when you put the pearls on her necklace.
Yeah, everybody knows that's when
it says,
that's when Rose from the Titanic. Wait.
Or is it a trick question that doesn't have a sexual meaning? A pearl necklace is a necklace made of pearls.
Nailed it. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah.
It's classy.
You ever see Lisa from The Simpsons?
Mm-hmm. Marge too.
Those are the weirdest ads. Can we talk about who is clicking on those ads?
Oh, the ones with the Simpsons humping?
It's like Meg from Family Guy getting boned or something.
I've watched a couple of them just out of curiosity.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Have you clicked on those?
They're full episodes. They're like 30 minutes long.
What?
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
No.
I haven't watched it.
A facial is.
Oh, we know this one. Moving on.
Yeah.
Bareback.
Nailed it.
The shocker.
Dude, come on. Cosmo, you can do better than this.
Weak
A
sauce.
rusty trombone.
Yeah, we know what that one is.
This is.
Apparently, we are no stranger to sexual maneuvers. And we get a standing O.
Ooh.
Go us.
We're smart as fuck, dude.
Yeah, we are. I'm like, dude, I'm a pretty cool guy.
I know things.
Can we wrap this episode up?
Yeah, bro.
Dude, if you made it this long,
oh god,
to the treat that we just gave you after Count Dante, the handsomest and deadliest man alive, then congratulations, because that was a wild ride. Stephanie took us on some twists and turns.
Yeah, she did.
I'm pretty excited about that.
She nailed it. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Dude, that's good. I love having a producer.
Yeah, me too. Big shout out to our producer / research
Stephanie. She's
agent.
Also it's research assistant.
Research assistant.
I love how you've been calling it research agent because you misread what somebody posted on.
Yeah, I don't know what I thought somebody else said something. And so I'd been looking for a research agent on
this whole time.
Google.
And it just brings up Smithsonian ads.
Yeah.
Yeah. So research assistant. Yeah, she did a killer job.
Assistant to the regional.
She's the assistant to the assistant regional general manager.
Killed it on it. We got big news, big stuff coming. And 2020 is already shaping up to be fucking huge.
More guests coming down the pipe. We're starting to kind of schedule them out. We've got a guest scheduled for the episode that should be coming out on the 24th. You guys have to stick around to see what that one is. Also, guys, the audience participation has gone down. I want you guys to.
We're gonna give them a lecture. Sit down real quick.
Listen. Look, I'm not mad,
dude. I'm not gonna blame it on our audience because I'll be real. I'm not the best at keeping up to date with our Instagram.
Well, that's why we have a producer.
All of that. But we do have a producer now.
We give us some ideas, guys. Give us some ideas. Give us some questions. We had
wait.
Micah. Yeah. Micah did one of our contributors. He's a veteran as well. He actually works with one of my morning students actually. And he talked about the idea of putting together an all military tournament here in Arkansas. Obviously, there's some issues with that, but the idea was a good idea, and we don't have anything like that here because I'm in the Air National Guard now after being on active duty. This individual is also in the Army National Guard, and so the idea of having like an all guard tournament here in Arkansas. There's two Air Guard bases, the 188th and the 189th. I belong to the 189th, and then there's couple Army. Camp Robinson, I think there might be one other Army unit around here. So there's the possibility for it. Plus, the difference between the Air Force and the Army is that the Army, everyone gets Army combatives. Everybody, no matter who you are, you get Army combatives at multiple stages of your career. The Air Force is moving in that direction, but right now you only get it at basic training, OTS, which is Officer Training School, or at the Air Force Academy. So most of the guys in the Air Force who train combatives have a jiu-jitsu background, whereas with the Army, there's guys who that's all the martial arts training they have, and they're pretty good. They practice combatives often, which is centered around jiu-jitsu. But so it'd be interesting, and they have those all Army tournaments. They have those, the whole 9 yards. So it's something we could look into. But his rule set probably wasn't going to go over well, which was basically
more like MMA.
Yeah, his rules were basically the kumite. So
which would I also agree would be awesome.
Yeah.
Count Dante drops in from the top rafters.
Oh my God, that would. You know what? We could do that, man. I bet he's got to be following
my beard like that. Yeah.
He's got to be following his Instagram. I know that Count Dante's out there still looking at what's happening.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we've been trying to wrap this up for forever now, so that's it for this episode. And make sure you follow us on Instagram. Check out our YouTube, our Patreon. We've got T-shirts for sale right now. We've got more T-shirts coming out in the future, and we'll continue now to be able to put out merchandise. We'll be putting out a website this year where you can purchase those through. Right now, you'll just have to hit us up on Instagram, though. And then we've got Spotify, iTunes, on the podcast app, and that's about it. So see you guys later.
See ya.